This is Comets Network, and you're watching Comets TV.
Good evening and welcome. I am Sonakshi Nandi.
And I am Mabel Hosiana Christopher, and you're watching Bangalore Tonight at Comets TV.
Here's a look at the headlines. BBMP construction makes things worse for the residents of Lagere ward.
Hike in service tax may affect business of AC restaurants.
Blatant violation of High Court ban on tobacco products around schools and colleges.
And now for the news in detail. Construction in and around Bangalore appear to be causing more harm than good.
Residents in Peña's Lagere ward are being forced to work their way around a road built by the BBMP and the BWSSB. The faulty construction has made life difficult for commuters for over a year now, and the solution is nowhere in sight.
We have a special report.
The residents of Lakshmi Devi Nagar, Vidhana Sauda layout and Kaveri Nagar had a simple dream. They presumed that the construction of a road over the drain would make commuting easier. But what they got was something that makes pedestrian walk 2 kilometers extra. Buses cannot ply and autos charge at least 30 rupees. All because the BBMP constructed something of a huge speed breaker instead of a simple road.
It has been 1.5 years since buses have stopped coming in this area. We have to walk a long distance to the nearest bus stop. School children and sick people face the most problem, and auto is expensive. We have complained many times to the corporator, but we have got no response. We have also spoken to the BMTC officials, and they have told us to get the road repaired, and only then can the buses ply in the area.
What has made the situation worse is that the BWSSB has dug up roads in the area to lay new pipelines and has left the work unfinished. Officials, however, claim that work is in progress now and they have applied for grants for the construction of the area.
I get 3 crores as funds, and this year I have given 40 lakhs for the development of Vidhan Sauda layout. Work is in progress and there are buses every 10 minutes in Lagere bus stop. So people don't have to walk much.
Driving on the huge speed breaker is a hassle as well.
The BBMP officials have turned a deaf ear to the complaints of the residents. The residents have been left high and, so to speak, dry over a massive speed breaker. With camera person Mona Lisa Das, this is Mabel Hosiana Christopher for Comets TV.
In the heat of Bangalore summer, most people find every opportunity to eat out at AC restaurants. The increase in the service tax for all AC restaurants may be reason enough for people to stay away from dining out.
But will a 4% increase keep the restaurant regulars away? Neetu Josh speaks to the people and finds out.
The cost of eating out in all AC restaurants operating at a floor space of 2,000 square feet and above will shoot up by around 4%, thanks to the new proposal introduced in the budget by Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram.
Guests, they feel very uncomfortable because they are paying 30% or more than 30% of taxes they are paying altogether, service tax and service charge and everything. The government should explain it properly, how the service has been charged for a long time.
While the restaurant owners are worried whether the new scheme would impact their business, people find the tax to be a minor increase to the already paying excessive amount at AC restaurants.
It should not matter much because people who are already going to the AC restaurants already have that kind of a lifestyle, which for them, if there's a minor increase in it, won't matter much.
The logic behind including AC restaurants under the service tax ambit is in the view that air conditioning is a luxury and those who can afford to pay must do so.
I wouldn't stop eating at an AC restaurant because they've increased the tax. I think as long as they're using that tax for some good cause, these people can afford to pay that extra bit.
In the last couple of months, every input for restaurant business has gone up. Some inputs like vegetables, groceries and meat have risen sharply.
One more, 2013-14, the finance minister has added, this service tax on air condition. He thinks that, that is a luxury thing and it has to be, taxed. But in reality, it is not. The temperatures have risen, making it difficult for people to, move around outside and even to work or to have food, food. One has to go to the hotel and relax.
The Those who eat out do not appear to be perturbed by this proposal, but those who are panicking are the restaurant owners. This is another example of Chidambaram's some good, some bad budget. This is Nidhu George reporting for Comets TV with camera person Niranjana Muralidharan.
The High Court ban on the sale of tobacco products near educational institutions seems to have made no difference to shopkeepers who continue to stock and sell cigarettes and gutka.
Even complaints from the school and college authorities had no effect on the sales. Sonika has details.
The government has not been successful in keeping colleges tobacco free in spite of the ban imposed by the High Court of Karnataka. Tobacco shops are mushrooming throughout the city within 100 meters of educational institutions.
When you remove the shop, it's going to affect us. We can't eat anything because nothing is around here. We can't eat anything and we can't drink anything. So if this is not there, we are going to have a problem. We'll have to go 1 kilometer far from here.
The shops have become indispensable as they meet the needs of food and beverages.
Generally, these shops are not necessary. These shops are necessary only for if they are maintaining any food items. So no cigars, no bar and restaurant we don't allow, and because of that most of the students will spoil. Particularly the peer pressure is more. We don't want to. We already given the complaint to the police station and PU board has told that within 100 heads no shop should be there.
But the opinion of the student seems to differ from that of the administration.
So if they remove the shop over here, technically speaking, nobody will quit smoking.
See, if you are you're planning to hurt this guy who has kept the shop over here, it's of no use. 100% he is going to come into road. He is into business only regarding that. Just first close ITC factory itself. More than that, it is nothing else.
Many of the students have started using these shops as a hangout, developing a friendship with the shopkeeper.
Our lives will be spoiled if the business is shut down. College students come here and I make good business. If this is stopped, then my life will be ruined.
The government has refused to speak to us owing to unknown reasons.
It is clear that the contempt of court has been committed by the government as well as the people. But unless people get educated, it is very hard for the High Court orders to be implemented in toto. With camera person Rajashri Bhattacharjee, this is Sonika Lohia reporting for Comets TV.
It's time now for a short break. Coming up on the other side of the break, Bangalore has hardly any women taxi drivers. We will tell you why.
Cases of polycystic ovary syndrome on the rise.
Students take the easy way out with memory pills.
This is Comets Network and you're watching Comets TV.
कुरियर मेरे लिए
कुरियर नहीं flipkart.com से दादा का नया मोबाइल आया है
विद ड्यूल सिम ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग अरे इट्स सिंपल ऑर्डर करो और घर बैठे फ्री डिलीवरी लो पर देखे बगैर पापा आप फ्लिपकार्ट पे जो दिखता है वही बिकता है पप्पू एक फोटो देख के
शादी से पहले आपका भी सिर्फ फोटो ही देखा था
शॉपिंग का नया एड्रेस flipkart.com the online mega store.
This is Comets Network and you're watching Comets TV.
Welcome back.
Women's Day is an international celebration and women all over the world are fighting for equality. And at a time when women have taken most industries by storm. In Bangalore, women taxi drivers are still hard to come by.
The lack of government grants and the uncertain market for professional women drivers has left Bangalore lagging behind other metros.
We have a special report.
Metros like Mumbai boast of women cabbies and professional drivers. NGOs like Janodaya began a driving program in 2001, but they were forced to discontinue it in 2004.
We wanted to make a revolution by bringing the women, smallest group maybe, but we wanted the women to come into the mainstream focus. Taxi driving was one of the issue where the women were never there. 100 we trained and I think about 25% only became successful because of lot of pressure from the home side, but the major issue was as a new entry into the market of driving with the new license, being a woman, employers did not take the risk of hiring women.
In 2009, the Union Ministry for Women and Child Development announced plans to introduce women drivers for airport taxis, but that plan never materialized. Despite efforts, the government has done little in this direction.
We got 3 years license from the RTO to run the school, but we had to run it only from the grant budget. Not even 10%, 20% contribution came from the government side. Today, society is ready and there is a demand, but there is no funding for training.
There are a few women who have broken into this male-dominated industry. Shobha, a trainee from Janodaya, now has her own driving school.
More than 1,500, I thought. Then widows, poor people, who they are doing housekeeping job and all, they can earn. Was the educated people, they can earn. No, same money they can earn in driving. Traditional family, know what they are doing. No, they are agreed to go to that garments, housekeeping jobs, but they are not giving opportunity for driving.
Manjula, who was trained by Shobha, is a school van driver with Bhagirathi Travels.
पहले ऐसा होता था, अभी पहले टच होता है ऐसे थोड़ा थोड़ा सामने आए था आदमी सब थोड़ा मुश्किल होता था, डर लगता था, अभी कुछ नहीं.
Travel companies like Bhagirathi Travels appear to be the only ray of hope for women taxi drivers, but even they are faced with many challenges.
We always felt that women also should have a fair deal. Why should they just stay at home? We thought they'll be more dignified in terms of duty. Say that as a society, probably we are not yet mature enough to accept women drivers. That's what I, on a personal level, feel. Because when we tried putting Manjula into corporate sector, corporate transport, we sensed some resistance. We sensed some insecurity among not only the drivers, including even the administration staff also. Can she drive? She is a woman. Can she drive?
In spite of all the talk about empowering women, Cosmopolitan Bangalore appears reluctant to hire women drivers. It says a lot about the insecurity that the corporate sector feels when it comes to employing women. With camera person Praveen Kumar, this is Sonakshi Nandi reporting for Comets TV. Many young women in India are plagued by polycystic ovaries syndrome.
The number of recorded cases is constantly on the rise.
Yes, the urgency and compulsions of urban life are the reasons why this syndrome is most frequent among teenage girls. Mrinalini Dheer investigates.
Over 40 to 50 women are being affected by polycystic ovarian syndrome in Bangalore itself. It is caused by imbalance of female hormones in the body, leading to increase in androgen and decrease in estrogens. Long-term result being infertility.
It is an abnormality of the ovaries, because of which the ovaries do not form eggs regularly, and because of certain hormonal imbalances, and hence the patient has irregular periods and a tendency to gain weight, a tendency to have difficulty with periods and with getting pregnant.
Approximately 50 cases a month are detected in Bangalore itself over the last 3 years, as compared to around 10 to 15 in 2008, making India the country with the maximum cases in South Asia. 90% of obese women have polycystic ovarian syndrome. It is reported that 35% of these women in India suffer from this condition.
Right now the size of my cyst is pretty large, so I'm not on medication. There are chances of it coming back, but my hope is that it will completely go away, and I am going to the gym, I am dieting completely, just so that everything comes back to normal. Initially it was irregular periods, then facial hair growth, then hair on the stomach, acne on the face, palms were sweating. So initially I was hesitant, but now I've just opened up. Once I got to know that a lot of people have it, I'm not the only one, so then it's fine right now.
Although there are many forums where these women can share their problems, there are some who are hesitant.
I come from a very conservative family, so when I first got it, the reaction I got even from my family was very negative. The way they behaved and the way they treated it. As in, I know it's not as big or be open about it as such, because if I do, it just reminds me of a lot of things. Like I look at it that way. I can't help it.
Due to insulin resistance that is created, patients are advised to follow a planned diet to reduce its weight gain chances.
At such a young age, you would love to splurge on certain foods like your fast foods. You have to advise her that she should always make sure that her diet contains whole grain cereals. It could contain a lot of fiber foods. You should at least exercise for half an hour daily. If you cannot exercise for half an hour daily, then at least 3 to 4 times a week you should definitely go for some kind of yoga or gymming.
Junk food and unhealthy diet is what is pushing young women into the darkness of this condition. Although there has been no permanent cure found, doctors say that a good diet and exercise can control the growth tremendously. With camera person Tenzing Salden, this is Mrinalini Dheer for Comets TV.
Students are now learning their lessons faster than ever before. The parents seem to have no complaints.
That's right. Memory boosters are the new shortcut to better marks. Lavina Bhattacharjee tells us how the long-term effects have not stopped parents from buying these over-the-counter pills for their children.
Memory boosters are the latest fad in the race to top the class. These supplements, not prescribed by doctors but preferred by parents, are flying off the shelves at every chemist shop.
In my entire 14 years experience, I didn't see any prescription of memory boosting. Only parents will come and they will purchase it.
One of the reasons why these medicines are sold and bought throughout the year is due to its availability in every big and small pharmacy around the city.
It's not a cost, it's a medium range only. Like it's in tablet form in a 60s pack. It's a 1 month course. It costs around 100 rupees something. It's a cheap. It's easily available in any chemist in Bangalore.
The sale of these potentially harmful pills and supplements are boosted by parental pressure to score high in exams. Ajanta Bhattacharjee, a homemaker, narrates.
My sister-in-law gave her son all kinds of memory-boosting tablets and supplements before his entrance exam for engineering. Of course, he was benefiting from them, but then he grew fat all of a sudden. And after his medicines are stopped now, he sleeps less, is never hungry, experiencing hair fall, and his hair is turning grey.
Doctors say that parents are ignoring the long-term effects of the memory boosters, which include dependency, lower confidence levels, and insomnia.
The side effects of memory boosting pills are they may land up in withdrawal symptoms like headaches, drowsiness, decreased level of concentration, and some may experience even the giddiness also over a period of time.
A diet rich in vitamin B6 and B12, regular exercises, and meditation can improve the power to concentrate and decrease the need for memory boosting pills and supplements.
To improve the memory, to improve the concentration, they should repeatedly do the things, by writing, by more and more writing, and then revising it more often, and by doing yoga also, yoga which improves the focus and concentration, and by taking some healthy good diet time to time, very important.
These artificial memory boosting supplements are cheap, easily available, not prescribed yet preferred by parents. While some parents are completely bowled over by the miracles it can do, the others are completely against it. With camera person Savio Mendes, this is Lavina Bhattacharjee reporting for Comets TV.
After the break, we have a special report on how extreme sports is being redefined in Bangalore with its new skate park.
This is Comets Network and you're watching Comets TV.
Sixer का step.
दिल जंपिंग जपांग जंपक जंपक थंपिंग थपांग थंपक थंपक गिली गिली।
गुड न्यूज लेजी पीपल, ये स्टेप आप बैठकर भी कर सकते हैं। दिखा बे। इनफैक्ट किसी भी सीट पर बैठकर कर सकते हैं।
Pepsi IPL on Max and 6 सिर्फ देखने का नहीं।
Keep practicing.
This is Comets Network and you're watching Comets TV.
Welcome back. Cricket, football, tennis and hockey are the first things that come to our mind when we talk about sports.
But the inauguration of a new skate park in HSR layout was an event to be witnessed. The idea of sports was redefined in Bangalore as international skaters came together to celebrate their passion for skateboarding. We have a special report.
Something as unconventional as skating doesn't have too many takers, but this event has ushered in a new age of crazy skaters. Most of us would be discouraged to pick up a sport that entails falling down face first on concrete, but for these passionate young men, it's part of the fun.
This is going to be this new place, where everyone's going to hang out. Once you start skating, you'll understand. When you feel when you feel the ground move under you, you'll know, you get addicted to it. There are about 30-40 skaters who are here right now, but around India there are hundreds of skaters. It's just it's not like a popular thing yet. Yeah, so we're trying to change that.
The event was organized to popularize the sport. This event was a huge success as people from all walks of life came together to celebrate their love for the sport.
See, this is very different from whatever we typically do, the typical mundane product launches and stuff like that. So this is very different, lots of fun. We are burning energy here. We're making a lot of people happy around, which is what we do in other events also, but not like this. Look at the energy here. I mean, this is what we are doing this event for. All these are international skaters who have set this park, built this park themselves, and it's going to be for children, for anybody who wants to do skateboarding tomorrow onwards.
It's the world of skateboarding. I'm doing skateboarding for 25 years, and I was always creating something and then skated from a childhood on. So I want to bring that to India. So maybe the kids, get that you have to do something if you want to skateboard.
In a country where anything apart from cricket is given the cold shoulder, this is definitely a welcome change. This event has taken extreme sports to a whole new level. These young men with their unruly hair and unkempt beard seem all set to change the rules. It's about time the rest of the nation takes notice, for skating is here to stay.
That's all we have for you on Bangalore Tonight.
Thank you for watching. Good night.
Good night.